Hi everybody and welcome back to some more F1 2015. This is Carl Gunner Grover 14 here, and this is round number 9 of our career mode with Jenson Button in the McLaren. And in today's round we've got the really exciting British Grand Prix around Silverstone circuit. Now this is one I'm really going to want to win, being a British driver, and but Hamilton's not going to let me win this one easy. This is going to be a really challenging race, and I'm really going to want to get a decent position on that grid in qualifying, because this is going to be a really close race. Right, we're going to get into this qualifying and hope for the best. Here we go.
Welcome to this afternoon's qualifying session here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting afternoon as the teams battle it out for the prize of pole. Silverstone is steeped in racing history, and we can definitely say that every track position will be hotly contested in the next few minutes.
Over the last few years, there's been a range of winners from Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari. And I think those are the teams we need to look out for again in today's qualifying session.
Right, so we're on to our qualifying lap, and we had a decent enough practice today. The weather was good and we got a decent enough setup on these option tyres. The only thing that I've noticed, like in a lot of the races this season, is that we lack that straight line speed, and being a circuit that's got a lot of straights, we were getting annihilated by the Ferraris and the Mercedes in practice, and we only managed to get in sort of like 5th, 6th or 7th with the lap times. Let's hope we can do better here. I'll try really hard to try and gain as much time as I can in the corners rather than the straights, because we know that the McLaren's not quick enough. But hopefully we can get at least around the 5th place on the grid for the race. That would be still a really big challenge, but that would at least give us an opportunity to fight for a podium. I would love to get a win in this British Grand Prix, being a British driver, but Hamilton's really going to put in the times. We know he's good around this circuit, and he's not going to want us to overhaul him and get another victory here. So at the moment we're sitting in P6 in our qualifying time. Like I said, we're losing so much time on those straights, but we managed to get up to P5. Can we hold this? I'll be happy with that. I'm not quite sure who else is going to get in front of us on the grid. We know the Mercedes, both Hamilton and Rosberg, were really quick in practice, so they're definitely going to be ahead of me. But who else? I think Sebastian Vettel will put in some good times in practice. But is it going to be both Ferraris as well? If that is the case, that is going to be an absolutely nightmare to try and get past both the Ferraris and both the Mercedes in this race. Right, coming up to the finish line, and we get 5th. Now, it wasn't the best qualifying round Silverstone. It is a circuit I really like, but the fact we lack that straight line speed, like I said, that's what we're going to have to take. Right. Here comes the British Grand Prix. Yep, so we got 5th, and yes, like I said, we're behind both the Ferraris and both the Mercedes. Now this race is going to be really difficult. The first couple of corners of the start is going to be really important. If we can try and hold our own, at least try and stay in 5th, you never know, we might get a bit of luck come our way and we can take advantage of it. We have to get our pit strategy really right in this race to at least get a podium. So here we go.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of the British Grand Prix. This iconic track held the very first World Championship Formula One race back in 1950, and it's a firm favourite amongst the fans and drivers alike. We knew this was a track that suited the Mercedes well, but no one would have expected that Lewis Hamilton would have created such a gap to his rivals in qualifying. If he stays out of trouble and the car continues to perform, well, victory should surely be a formality.
He'll want to end this weekend on a high after yesterday's fantastic performance, but he's going to have a lot of competition. I doubt he'll be expecting an easy race, especially considering the teams around him.
Well, it wasn't a good race for Nico Rosberg last time out. It was his worst finish of the season, so he'll be looking to bounce back with a much better showing today.
Nico was talking in the press conference earlier in the week about not dwelling on poor performances. He needs to forget about the last race and concentrate on having a good result today.
So here we go with the start of the British Grand Prix round Silverstone. Really looking forward to this today. Let's challenge Hamilton for the chance to get a win on a home Grand Prix. Now let's try and get a good start. We've got Vettel to the right of us, got Raikkonen just in front of us. Can we get a good move on this first corner? We try and shoot up the side of Raikkonen. Can we hold it? Can we pip into that? Oh yes, we managed to pip him. I don't know what happened to Vettel. We didn't get a very good start, and I think he just got clogged up behind. But we're sitting behind Rosberg. Now that was an absolutely brilliant start. That's the sort of start I wanted in this British Grand Prix. Right, let's have a quick look at that replay of the start. Here we go. Right, I don't know what happened to Vettel. He didn't get a very good start off the mark, and Raikkonen tried to sit in behind Rosberg, but we managed to go on the outside and just managed to get into that second turn before he managed to turn in and sort of close him out. That was a brilliant start, the sort of start that we wanted in this McLaren. We know we haven't got the speed on the straight, so we have to take every opportunity to pass in the corners if we can. That was absolutely brilliant. We cut it a little bit on that corner there and slowed down, but we're sitting behind Rosberg, so this isn't a bad start on the first lap. But we know that we haven't got straight line speed, and you can see now that Vettel's going to challenge us on the straight. But we managed to close him down before he gets the opportunity to pass us. This is going to be so challenging on the circuit. Every time we get on the straight, the Ferraris and the Mercedes are going to show their superior speed. But if we can just try and hold on and try and stay with Rosberg as long as we can, and we want to get at least into the first few laps within a couple of seconds of these, otherwise we're just going to get absolutely left behind and have no chance to finish in those top places. So we've got Hamilton leading the British Grand Prix at the moment. He feels at home on this Silverstone circuit. He's really good round here, and he's starting to pull away from Rosberg. So we've got Rosberg in front of us in P2, and behind us we've got Raikkonen and Vettel. So we've got two Mercedes in front of us and two Ferrari behind us. This is going to be so challenging to even think that we can challenge those cars on this circuit in this McLaren, but we're going to try our best and try and take every little bit of luck that comes our way, whether it's a mistake or any pit malfunctions. But we're going to just try and stick with these two as long as we can, and maybe put on rich mix and try and close that gap between us and Rosberg. It's going to be challenging, but we're going to try our best. Right, so we're into lap 2 and we're trying to settle in a rhythm and trying to close them down, but we'll make a little mistake just there. Right, so we jump on to lap 3. We've managed to close the gap a little bit. We put it in rich mix for a little while, and we've caught Rosberg up. We're really trying to catch him so we can challenge Lewis Hamilton in this British Grand Prix, but it's really difficult to keep up with these Mercedes, and Raikkonen's right behind me as well. He's been trying to get past at every opportunity, but we managed to get a good drag in that corner. Can we take Rosberg here? Oh, that was amazing. Can we take him in this final corner before we go into the fourth lap? Oh, that's brilliant. We went a bit wide, but oh no, he's trying to take us on the outside. Can we hold it? So we're coming into the fourth lap, and we've just managed to take P2. That was an awesome pass. Oh, Rosberg didn't expect that. We put it back on standard. The little plan came off. We managed to stick with him those last couple of laps. Let's have a quick look at that. Right, so we managed to get a good turn into that corner. We get a better drive. We're sitting in the slipstream, and we managed just to dive down the inside of him. He wasn't expecting that. We did overrun that corner a bit, but we didn't make any contact, and we managed to hold it. He tried to nip back us on the outside, but we came into the straight there and just managed to close him out and pull away. That was awesome. Right, let's get back into this race. So now we're sitting in P2 on the fourth lap, and all we've got between us and a British Grand Prix win is the other Brit, Lewis Hamilton, and he is actually having a really good race. He doesn't seem to be making any mistakes, and he's using full advantage of his superior speed on the straights, and there he is, he's pulling away. But then we've just been taken by Rosberg on the straight. We knew that would happen. Oh God, that early on. Can we get back at him? Can we get him back in this corner? We'll try getting back on the outside of him, but I don't think we've got enough speed to overtake him. So we've dropped down into P3. We hit the gravel there. We had a little bit of wiggle. Oh my God, that we almost made a mistake just trying to stay with Rosberg there. But we got Raikkonen coming on the outside of us. Oh no, this has gone from bad to worse. We were sitting in P2 a minute ago, and now we're sitting in P4 behind a Ferrari. Oh my God, just one little mistake and we've been taken by two cars. So that's how easy it is to lose places on the Silverstone circuit. But we're going to try and stick with these and try and get back. And let's have a quick look at that replay. So I hit the gravel there a bit, lose a lot of speed, and Raikkonen just went right round the outside of me. He had so much speed going into that corner, I couldn't hold him off. So Rosberg took me, and then Raikkonen just took advantage of my little mistake there. We really can't make any more mistakes. So we're sitting in P4 now, and we're going to have a real challenge on our hands to try and get back into a podium position. So here we go, and it's the end of the 4th lap, and we've got Vettel sitting behind us. We don't want to lose another place. We can't make any more mistakes, and we might need to pit in soon. These tyres, even after 4 laps, seem to feel a loss of grip in some of these corners, and I'm just cutting them a bit. I've got to be careful. I don't want to get any warnings in this race that could cost us dearly. So we're coming into lap 5, and we're sitting in P4. It's not the position I wanted to be in at this stage, but we're going to just have to take it and try and hold on and try and stick with Rosberg and Raikkonen for as long as possible, at least until we pit in, and hopefully we can have a good pit in and take advantage of that and hopefully come out in front of them. So we're going to have to stick with them as long as we can. So we'll stick it back on rich mix and try and close that gap. Right, so we have to try and take advantage of every little corner we can to gain a little bit of time on Raikkonen. We're a lot quicker through this section. See, we're just gaining him, but as soon as we go on a straight, that's when they start pulling away. But if we can just try and niggle at every little corner and try and take a little bit of time here and there, hopefully when we come into a position where we can pass, we can get him. We're getting really close. We got a brilliant drive through that corner. This is just where he took me on the last lap, but I just didn't have enough speed to get down the outside of him, and it would have been probably a risk to overtake on that section. It's not a section you should really be overtaking unless you really think you can get a clean pass. But it looks like we have got a bit of speed, and we can stick with these two. Look, and I think Raikkonen's challenging Rosberg. Oh, I think Raikkonen's just taken Rosberg. Oh, the Ferrari's really going for it. But they just started pitting in on lap 5. I'm not going to pit in lap 5. I'm going to go another lap, stick it on rich mix, and try and get a good lap in. And hopefully, when I pit in, I will come out in a better position. Right, let's go for another lap and see what happens. Right, we want to get a good time in. Now we haven't got anyone in front of us. Maybe we can get a good lap in here. Hopefully no mistakes. These tyres are really worn now and showing a little bit of wear on every corner. There's absolutely no grip, but we're trying our best. So we come to the end of lap 6, and we really need to pit in. These tyres are absolutely shot to pieces, and hopefully our little strategy will come off. And hopefully when we come out of the pits, we'll be in a better position, because they went into the pits when I was in P4. But hopefully we can have a decent pit once we've been put onto these prime tyres, and we can come out the pits ahead of them. But I don't know how far they are behind. We're just going to have to wait and see. There's no one else. Is there anyone else in the pits? No, there's no one else in the pits, so we're not going to be held up. Hopefully we can get in and out as quick as possible. So we've got Ricciardo behind us, but I think that will change once all the pits are done and everyone comes round and the positions are all worked out. Are we going to come in ahead and lead this Grand Prix? At the moment I can't see anyone on the map, and someone's coming around the corner. Who is that? I think that's Lewis Hamilton. So we come out just in front of Hamilton. Can we take advantage of this? The only problem is we've got cold tyres and we run it wide. We've got cold tyres on these prime tyres that they've got slightly different grip to the option tyres as well, and we totally stood that corner up as well. So Hamilton's going to take full advantage of that and pulls away. That's the only problem when you come out the pits on cold tyres. You can't always just fly into that corner at the same speed as you usually do. That was a little bit of a nightmare, but we're still in a good position. P2 is still good on the 7th lap. Let's have a quick look at that as we come out the pits. So we come out the pits, but we knew as soon as we go in that first corner, we didn't have the grip, and we totally run it wide. And Hamilton takes full advantage as he's already done a lap on his new tyres, and he has the grip and the speed, and we sod that corner up and he pulls away. Right, let's get back into this race. So we're on lap 9 now, and we've managed to close the gap a little bit on Hamilton. Now we've got a bit of heat in the prime tyres, and we're really trying to push him because there's only 4 laps to go, and I really want to win this British Grand Prix now. I didn't think we would have a chance when we were sitting in 5th at the start of the race, but now we're sitting in P2. We're only about a second behind Hamilton, so anything's possible now. Let's try and close him down in these last few laps if we can. Right, so we're going to turn it off rich mix, put it back on the standard. We don't want to use all our fuel now, and maybe in the last couple of laps we put it back on rich mix, and because we've worked out our fuel, we've conserved our fuel really well, we can go in those last 2 laps in with full revs on and really closing down. Right, so we're coming into this section here. We know he's going to pull away on the straights, but we're taking a little bit of time out of his gap each time we come into the corner, so we're fast around the corners, just can't compete on the straights. But using DRS, if we stay within a second, we're always going to catch up with him. So it's just over a second, 1 second, 0.1 behind Hamilton, and we've got Raikkonen 4 seconds behind us, so it's just between us two. Which Brit can win the British Grand Prix, Battle of the Brits? So here we go, on the 10th lap, coming into the last bit, and I'm really trying to push him into this section. I know I've got the speed through this section here. Can we close him down? Can we take the pass on lap 10? That would be really good if we can get him here. We're getting really close. Oh God, he seems to be really slow through that section. I don't know whether that's his tyres. Let's stick it back on rich mix. I can see a pass coming on here. We're getting really close now. We're using DRS. We're closing him down. Can we take him on this corner? No, we're not close enough. But we get a good drag through that corner. Oh, that's brilliant. Look, we're getting right up his gearbox. Can we take him here, right on the inside? And we get him into that corner. Yes, we've overtaken Hamilton. We're into P1. We're leading the British Grand Prix. That is absolutely amazing. But there's still a very, very long way to go in this race. He's not going to leave it there. He's still got enough time to come back at me. But let's have a quick look at that pass there. That was absolutely brilliant. Got a really good line through that section there. Got the drag after having DRS and just nipped up the inside of him. There was no contact there. He wasn't close enough to get back at me at that second corner going on to the finish straight. And I managed to hold it. That was absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted. But there's still a long way to go in this race. And I don't think Hamilton is going to leave it there. He's going to really challenge all the way to the end now. So we're on lap 11. And we're on the rich mix anyway. We just got to try and concentrate on our own race and not make any mistakes. We know we're quicker through the corners. It's only the straights is where he's mainly going to challenge against us. So I'm expecting him to challenge here. So where is he? He's just behind us. There's only about a second between us. But there he goes. With DRS, he's going to try and challenge us on that straight. But he doesn't get close enough to make the pass. He's only less than half a second behind us. He's right up our gearbox. So we're coming into this section here. He's right behind us. And I just need to concentrate on my own race here and really try and push as much as I can out of this McLaren. We just got to take advantage of every little bit of speed we can get through the corners. Right, let's come into this section and let's hold our own. He's not close enough to pass on this section. Let's go through here and try and gain a bit of time. We know we're quicker. Right, come through this section. Oh God, don't want to cut any corners there. That's alright, didn't get a warning. Really trying to use as much, gain as much time for those sections as I cannot. But these prime tyres, they're not as good as the option tyres. They don't have the same grip. It's a shame we couldn't go on the option tyres again, but you have to use this compound as well as the other compound. So we're coming to the end of lap 11. We're still sitting in P1. This is absolutely amazing, but there's still another 2 laps to go. This is going to be so close to the end. Can I hold on to the win? So the car behind us now is Hamilton's put it on mix 3. So he sees an opportunity. He's going to really challenge me now. He's on full revs, and he's going to put every little bit into this race because he wants to win his home Grand Prix. It's going to be a battle of the Brits to the end. Right, he's really close in this section. Now he's on that rich mix. I'm going to expect him to pass me here easily in that McLaren. I mean, in the Mercedes. But the McLaren's going to hold its own. Can it hold its? No, but Hamilton nips on the inside. Can I hold it? Oh, we're going around the corners. Slightly touched there. This is so close. We almost collide straight into each other, but I get up the inside again and I just hold the line. This is getting close. So we just managed to hold ourselves around that corner. He couldn't get me on the outside. He had the speed on the straights, but he doesn't seem to carry the same pace through the corners. And I managed to close him down, but he's not going to give up. We're coming close to the final lap, and he's going to want to get past me because he's not going to want to leave it to the final lap because I'm going to do my utmost not to let him pass me. Right, we're coming into this section here. Is he going to? Oh, he's not close enough to make a pass here. I've managed to gain a bit of time through that section. So that was a brilliant move there. I know if I can gain a bit of time through some of these corners, coming into the last lap, he's not going to have the opportunity to pass. So we're going to come into the final lap, leading the British Grand Prix. This is going to be so close to the end, guys. I don't know whether I can hold on to this win, but I really want to win this race if I can. Right, so we're on the last lap. Anything's possible. I can't make any mistakes. And Hamilton, we've managed to stretch that lead to a second. That is brilliant on the last lap. But we know he's gonna get a lot closer coming into these sections on the straight. So that second's gonna just get absolutely swallowed up. So here we go. Is he gonna make a challenge here? I can see him. He's gonna come down the outside. Is he coming? No, he's come down the inside. Oh God! But we managed just to close him down just before he had the opportunity to pass. But he's going to try and pass again on the outside. But again, I just try and defend as much as I can. I know he can't get round me quicker, so we close him down. Right, we're coming to this last few sections on this race. I need to get through this section really quick like I did the last lap, because I know he can't overtake me. I'm so much quicker through this section than he is. Right, this is going to be nail biting to the last few corners. Let's get through here. That's clean. That's much better. This is what I wanted on the last lap, but I can feel a little bit of grip going on these prime tyres, but they just need to hold on for a couple more corners. So the gap is 0.7. I think that's going to be enough. Can we win it here? The first win on the Silverstone circuit for me on this game, and hopefully the first British Grand Prix win for Jenson Button on this in my career mode. Oh God, coming around the last corner. Yes, a win in the British Grand Prix. Can you believe this? Oh, that was so close. Hamilton just could not get close enough to take us on that straight. So we show a little bit of thanks to the crowd for all the support, and let's do a little bit of a wheel spin. Brilliant. Jenson Button's going to take every single bit of applause for that performance. I didn't think I could win it from 5th, but we managed to stick to our game plan and take every little bit of opportunity to gain in this race against the others, and the pit strategy worked again. We come out in P2, and all we had was between us and a British Grand Prix win was Hamilton. And also, if you enjoyed this race, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very, very soon for round 10. I hope you enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed that race. It was so close into those last couple of laps. We managed to get the success we wanted, and that's absolutely brilliant. So I'll see you very, very soon.